As people grow older, life does not suddenly stop. Instead, it slowly changes its rhythm. The body becomes quieter, slower and more delicate. Some changes are simply a natural part of aging. But there are moments when these changes begin to signal something deeper, that the body is entering its final stage of life. Doctors who work in geriatrics and palliative care often say something very important. The end of life is rarely sudden. The body usually whispers before it becomes silent. This video is not meant to create fear. It is meant to bring understanding, care, and awareness. Because when families recognize these signs early, they can reduce suffering, improve comfort, provide dignity, and give emotional peace to their loved ones. Today, we will discuss 7 silent warnings that may indicate an elderly person is nearing the final stage of life. These signs do not mean death is immediate. Some people live weeks, months, or even longer after them, but they are important signals that the body is slowing down significantly. Let's begin. Warning 1. Extreme fatigue and increased sleeping. One of the earliest and most common signs is a deep, unusual fatigue. The person begins sleeping much more than usual, not just at night but throughout the day. Even simple actions like talking, eating, or sitting upright can feel exhausting. They may say things like, "I feel tired all the time, I just want to rest. I don't have energy for anything anymore." This is not normal aging tiredness. This is different. In medical terms, the body is gradually reducing its energy output. Organs begin to work more slowly, and the brain starts to conserve energy by increasing sleep. What is happening inside the body? As the body weakens, heart pumps less efficiently, muscles lose strength, metabolism slows down. Brain activity becomes less alert. Sleep becomes the body's way of protecting itself. Important observation: family members may notice. The person sleeps most of the day. They are difficult to wake up. They show little interest in conversations. They seem medley far away even when awake. What families should do: do not force them to stay awake. Speak softly and calmly. Hold their hand or sit beside them. Keep them comfortable, not stimulated. At this stage, comfort matters more than activity. Warning to loss of appetite and refusal to eat or drink. Another major silent warning is noticeable decrease in eating and drinking. A person who once enjoyed meals may now eat only few bites, refuse food completely, lose interest in favorite dishes, forget to drink water. This can be emotionally difficult for families to accept. But medically it is very common in late-stage aging. Why does this happen? The body begins to require less energy, slow down digestion, reduce hunger signals from the brain. Simply put, the body no longer demands the same fuel it once did. Important emotional truth: forcing food or water at this stage does not always help and can sometimes cause discomfort. Instead, focus shifts from nutrition for survival to comfort feeding. Signs to observe: food left untouched, difficulty swallowing, chewing slowly or forgetting to eat, saying "I'm not hungry" repeatedly. What helps: offer small sips of water. Provide soft, easy-to-swallow foods if desired. Avoid pressure or arguments about eating. Keep mouth moist for comfort. This stage is more about comfort than calories. Warning 3. Withdrawal from people and social isolation. One of the most emotionally noticeable signs is when an elderly person begins to withdraw from others. They may stop talking much, avoid visitors, prefer silence over conversation, turn away from family gatherings, sleep or rest instead of engaging. This is not always depression. In many cases, it is a natural psychological and neurological shift. What is happening emotionally and mentally? As the body weakens, mind also begins. Turn inward, reflect more on personal life. Reduce external stimulation, seek peace and quiet. It is as if the world around them becomes less important than their inner experience. Families often notice less eye contact, short answers, lack of interest in news or events, preference for being alone. How families should respond. This is a moment that requires deep sensitivity. Do not force conversation. Sit quietly with them if they allow. Play soft religious or calming music if they enjoy it. Respect their need for space. Even silence becomes a form of companionship at this stage. Sometimes, simply being present is more powerful than words. Warning for changes in breathing pattern. One of the more noticeable physical changes in the final stage of life is a shift in breathing. The breathing may become slow and shallow. Irregular pauses between breaths, occasionally faster for short periods, accompanied by long pauses called apnea episodes. Sometimes families feel alarmed when they see this, but in many cases it is not a sign of immediate distress. It is part of how the body gradually reduces oxygen demand. What is happening inside the body? As the body weakens, the brain's breathing control center becomes less consistent. Oxygen needs decrease, carbon dioxide buildup changes breathing rhythm. This creates a pattern often described in medicine as irregular end-of-life breathing. What families may observe: long pauses between breaths, gentle gasping sounds, deep breaths followed by shallow ones, a wave-like breathing rhythm. How to respond calmly: stay beside the person. Do not panic or create noise. Speak softly if needed. Keep the environment peaceful. Raise the head slightly if comfortable. At this stage, calm presence is more important than intervention. Warning 5: confusion, memory shift, or seeing things. Another silent but emotionally challenging sign is a change in mental clarity. The elderly person may become confused about time or place, fail to recognize familiar faces sometimes, speak to people who are not present, drift between reality and memories. This can be distressing for families, but it is medically common in late stages of life. Why does this happen? The brain is extremely sensitive to reduced oxygen supply, chemical imbalance, organ slowdown, especially liver and kidneys, medication effects. As the body weakens, brain begins to function in a fragmented way. Common behaviors include talking about deceased relatives as if they are present, repeating old memories, confusing day and night, restlessness followed by calm periods. What families should not do: do not argue or correct aggressively. Do not shame or scold them. Do not try to force logical thinking. What helps instead? Speak gently and reassuringly. Use simple sentences. Redirect with comfort, not correction. Hold their hand if appropriate. In many cases, emotional comfort is more important than factual clarity. Warning 6: severe physical weakness and loss of mobility. As the body continues to slow down, physical strength decreases significantly. The person may struggle to sit up, be unable to stand without help, spend most of the time lying down, show minimal movement. Even lifting arms or turning in bed may become difficult. What is happening physically? Muscles begin to lose mass rapidly, muscle wasting, receive less oxygen and nutrients, respond slowly to brain signals. Energy production in the body is extremely low at this stage. What families may notice: bedridden condition, weak grip strength, difficulty swallowing pills or food, complete dependence on caregivers. Care guidance: change position gently to avoid bed sores, keep skin clean and dry. Provide physical comfort: soft bedding, pillows. Avoid unnecessary movement or stress. At this stage, dignity and comfort are the priority, not activity or exercise. Warning 7: changes in skin color, temperature, and circulation. The final silent warning often appears in the body's outer appearance. The skin may show noticeable changes such as becoming cooler to touch, appearing pale, bluish, or mottled. Especially in hands, feet, and legs, these changes are due to reduced blood circulation. Why does this happen? As the heart slows down, blood is directed away from limbs. The body focuses circulation on vital organs. Oxygen delivery to outer tissues decreases. This is a natural protective response of the body. What families may observe: cold hands and feet, bluish fingertips or lips, patchy skin discoloration, slower capillary refill. How to provide comfort: keep the person warm with light blankets. Avoid overheating. Massage gently if it brings comfort. Maintain a calm, peaceful environment. At this stage, warmth and more important than treatment. Presence becomes more important than words. Peace becomes more important than intervention. A gentle hand, a calm voice, and quiet companionship can mean more than anything else. Life does not end with no's. It fades slowly like the evening sun, soft, quiet, and peaceful. For families, this time is not just about saying goodbye, it is about showing love in its purest form. Because even at the end of life, a person can still feel something deeply human: respect, warmth, and love.